Imagine walking into your garden years from now and seeing vines climbing trellises and pergolas, still producing food season after season without needing to be replanted. Instead of starting fresh every spring, you're surrounded by mature plants that return each year, growing stronger and more productive over time. This is the beauty of perennial vines. Once established, these plants can live for decades, steadily converting sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil into reliable harvests year after year. One of their greatest advantages is how they grow. Rather than spreading across the ground and taking up valuable space, they climb upward, wrapping around fences, trellises, and arches. In doing so, they create lush, vertical greenery, shaded areas, and productive garden features all at once. In the right conditions, even a single vine can provide food for many years. Today, we're exploring 8 remarkable perennial vines, plants you can grow once and enjoy harvest after harvest for seasons to come. 1. Grapes. Grapevines are among the oldest cultivated plants known to humanity. For thousands of years, they've been grown for fresh fruit, juice, and wine. Their long history reflects a unique combination of beauty, productivity, and longevity. A healthy grapevine can live for 50 years or more, and in some historic vineyards, vines have continued producing fruit for over a century. Once established, they become a reliable source of harvest that can last for generations. Like many perennial climbers, grapevines naturally grow upward. Their curling tendrils attach easily to nearby supports, allowing them to climb trellises, wires, fences, and pergolas without effort. This makes them ideal for turning vertical spaces into productive areas. Many gardeners train grapevines over pergolas or outdoor seating spaces. As they grow, their broad leaves spread out, forming a dense canopy. In summer, this natural covering provides cooling shade, transforming patios or garden corners into comfortable green retreats. Beneath this leafy canopy, grape clusters begin to develop. As the season progresses, the fruit slowly enlarges and changes color depending on the variety. Watching grapes ripen over time is one of the most rewarding aspects of growing them. Grapevines perform best in sunny locations with good air circulation. Full sunlight is essential for producing sweet, flavorful fruit, while airflow helps reduce the risk of disease. They prefer well-drained soil, often thriving in sandy or loamy conditions. One of their advantages is drought tolerance. Once their roots are well established, grapevines can handle dry periods better than many other fruit plants, making them suitable for regions with hot summers. To keep them productive, regular pruning is necessary. Grapes form on new growth that emerges from older wood, so careful pruning encourages healthy shoots and better fruit production. While it may seem complicated at first, most gardeners quickly learn the basics. There are countless grape varieties available, each offering different flavors, colors, and uses. Some are perfect for fresh eating, while others are better suited for juices, preserves, or winemaking. Many modern varieties are also bred to tolerate colder climates. Their productivity is impressive. Even a single mature vine can produce 20 pounds of fruit, or more, in a good season. Larger vines trained along extended trellises can yield even greater harvests. Beyond their fruit, grapevines add character to the garden. Their twisting trunks and spreading branches develop a sense of age and presence over time, becoming part of the landscape itself. And perhaps most rewarding of all is knowing that once you plant and care for a grapevine, it can continue producing for decades, providing harvests not only for you, but for future generations as well. 2. Scarlet runner beans. Scarlet runner beans are a rare combination of beauty and productivity. Many gardeners first grow them for their striking appearance, only to discover that they are also generous producers of edible beans. Their most eye-catching feature is their vibrant red flowers. These blossoms appear in long clusters along the vines, standing out vividly against the green leaves. Their bright color naturally attracts pollinators, including bees, butterflies, and even hummingbirds. Watching hummingbirds move from flower to flower is one of the simple joys of growing these plants. As they feed, they help pollinate the blooms, which later develop into long, slender pods. The vines themselves are vigorous climbers, often reaching heights of 10 to 15 feet. With proper support, such as trellises, arches, or poles, they quickly cover structures with lush greenery and bright flowers. Many gardeners use them to decorate fences, pergolas, or garden entrances. Unlike most beans, which need to be replanted each year, scarlet runner beans can act as perennials in milder climates. Below the surface, they form thick underground tubers that store energy. These tubers survive through winter and send up new growth when spring arrives. This ability allows the plant to become stronger each year. As the root system expands, the vines grow more vigorously and produce larger harvests. The pods are highly versatile. When picked young, they can be cooked like green beans. If left to mature, the beans inside grow larger and often display beautiful colors, sometimes purple or speckled. These mature beans can be dried and stored, making them perfect for soups, stews, and other hearty dishes. Their rich flavor and creamy texture make them a valuable addition to the kitchen. Gardeners appreciate scarlet runner beans not just for their yield, but for the life they bring into the garden. Their flowers attract pollinators, their vines create vertical greenery, and their pods provide a steady food source. Few plants combine decorative appeal and practical value so naturally. With sunlight and proper support, scarlet runner beans can transform an ordinary structure into a vibrant, living wall filled with color, movement, and harvest. 3. Acabia, often referred to as the chocolate vine, is a unique edible climber that remains relatively unknown to many gardeners. Originating from East Asia, this fast-growing plant is valued not only for its unusual fruit, but also for its ornamental appeal. It has been cultivated for generations in countries like Japan and China, where it is appreciated for both its beauty and its culinary uses. One of the first things that stands out about Acabia is its graceful foliage. The plant produces clusters of delicate leaves arranged in a fan-like pattern along its vines. As it climbs and spreads, it creates a soft, layered texture that adds elegance to fences, trellises, and garden walls. In spring, Acabia produces distinctive purple flowers that enhance its visual appeal. These blooms are small but eye-catching, and they release a gentle fragrance that many describe as slightly sweet with a hint of chocolate. The scent is subtle rather than overpowering, but it adds a pleasant atmosphere to the garden during the flowering period. After blooming, the vine begins to form its unusual fruit. The fruits are elongated and sausage-shaped, often growing several inches long. As they mature, they gradually change color and eventually split open on their own when fully ripe. Inside, you'll find a soft, jelly-like pulp filled with small edible seeds. The pulp has a mild sweetness and can be eaten fresh, straight from the fruit. Some gardeners describe the flavor as light and refreshing, making it an interesting addition to fruit salads or desserts. In certain Asian cuisines, even the outer rind is used. It can be stuffed with vegetables or meat and then cooked, allowing almost the entire fruit to be utilized in creative dishes. Acabia vines grow quickly and adapt well to a wide range of conditions. They thrive in full sun but also tolerate partial shade, making them useful in areas where other fruiting plants may struggle. Their flexible growth allows them to climb easily over trellises, pergolas, or fences. Because of their rapid growth, they are often used to cover walls or create natural privacy screens. Within just a few seasons, they can form dense green curtains that soften hard surfaces while also producing edible fruit. Another advantage of Acabia is its resilience. Once established, it requires minimal maintenance. It is hardy in many climates and returns year after year as a long-lived perennial vine. Occasional pruning helps manage its growth and encourages better flowering. While not as widely known as grapes or kiwi, Acabia offers great potential as a unique edible plant. For gardeners who enjoy experimenting with unusual crops, it provides a combination of beauty, shade, and food production in one plant. 4. Passion fruit. Passion fruit vines bring a distinctly tropical feel to any garden that can support them. With their lush growth, striking flowers, and richly flavored fruit, they are one of the few plants that combine visual beauty and productivity so effortlessly. Many gardeners plant them for their fruit, only to discover that the vine itself becomes a stunning focal point. One of the first things people notice is how quickly passion fruit grows. In warm climates, a young vine can extend several feet in just one season, eagerly climbing fences, trellises, pergolas, or arches. With enough support, it forms a dense curtain of foliage that transforms ordinary structures into vibrant green walls. But even before fruit appears, passion fruit offers something extraordinary: its flowers. These blossoms are among the most intricate in the plant world. They feature layers of petals and fine filaments arranged in complex circular patterns, often displaying shades of white, purple, and blue. Their appearance is so unusual that they almost seem otherworldly. These flowers attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, bringing energy and movement to the garden. Once pollination occurs, fruit begins to develop. Small green fruits appear where the flowers once were, gradually growing larger and ripening over time. Depending on the variety, they may turn deep purple, golden yellow, or orange as they mature. Inside each fruit is a rich, aromatic pulp filled with edible seeds. The flavor is distinctive, sweet, tangy, and intensely fragrant all at once. Passion fruit is widely used in juices, desserts, sauces, jams, and smoothies. Its tropical taste adds brightness to everything from fruit salads to yogurt dishes. Beyond its flavor, passion fruit is also highly nutritious. It contains significant amounts of vitamin C, vitamin A, antioxidants, and beneficial plant compounds. Many people also value it for its refreshing and energizing qualities. Passion fruit grows best in warm climates where frost is minimal. It thrives in full sunlight, ideally receiving 6 to 8 hours of direct sun each day. The soil should be well drained and moderately fertile, as the roots do not tolerate constant moisture. In tropical and subtropical regions, passion fruit behaves as a true perennial. Once planted, it can produce fruit year after year, often becoming more productive as its root system strengthens. Gardeners in cooler climates can still grow passion fruit with some adjustments. Some plant it in sheltered areas, such as against sun-facing walls that retain heat. Others grow it in large containers, allowing them to move the plant indoors or protect it during colder periods. Pruning is also important. Because the vine grows so vigorously, regular trimming helps control its size while encouraging new growth, where flowers and fruit will form. A mature passion fruit vine can be incredibly productive. Under the right conditions, a single plant may produce dozens, or even hundreds of fruits in one season. With proper care, it can remain productive for many years, turning a simple support structure into a reliable source of tropical harvests. For gardeners looking to combine beauty, flavor, and productivity, passion fruit is truly an exceptional perennial vine. 5. Hardy kiwi. Hardy kiwi is one of the most intriguing edible vines you can grow in a garden. While most people recognize the fuzzy brown kiwis sold in stores, this variety offers something quite different. The fruits are much smaller, closer in size to large grapes, and have smooth, delicate skin, making them easy to eat whole without peeling. But what truly sets hardy kiwi apart is its productivity and longevity. Once the plant becomes established, it turns into an incredibly productive vine. A mature plant can yield large quantities of fruit every season, often more than a household can consume fresh. These vines are vigorous growers. Within just a few years, they can extend over 20 feet, wrapping themselves around trellises, fences, or pergolas. Because mature vines become quite heavy, they need strong and reliable support. Many gardeners build sturdy wooden frameworks or guide the vines across overhead structures where they have room to spread. When grown over a pergola, hardy kiwi forms a dense canopy of heart-shaped leaves, creating cooling shade during the hottest summer days. Beneath this natural cover, clusters of small fruits begin to hang, resembling bunches of grapes. Hardy kiwi thrives best in full sunlight, though it benefits from protection against strong winds. It prefers rich, well-drained soil filled with organic matter. In its early years, the plant focuses more on building a strong root system and vine structure rather than producing fruit. This phase requires patience, but it lays the foundation for future harvests. Once the plant reaches maturity, usually after 3 to 5 years, the results can be remarkable. Some well-established vines can produce over 100 pounds of fruit in a single season. These small kiwis are sweet, fragrant, and often considered even more flavorful than their larger relatives. Another important aspect of growing hardy kiwi is pollination. Most varieties require both male and female plants. The male produces pollen while the female develops fruit. Typically, one male plant is enough to pollinate 6 to 8 female vines. In spring, the vines produce small, fragrant flowers that attract bees and other pollinators. When pollination is successful, tiny fruits begin to form and continue developing throughout the summer. Pruning is essential for managing these vigorous vines. Regular trimming helps keep their size under control and encourages better fruit production. Most gardeners prune during winter dormancy and perform light maintenance pruning in summer. The long-term reward is impressive. With proper care, hardy kiwi vines can remain productive for 30 years or more. Over time, they become a permanent feature in the garden, part shade structure, part reliable fruit source. For gardeners seeking a plant that combines beauty, long life, and exceptional productivity, hardy kiwi stands out as one of the best perennial vines to grow. 6. Chayote is one of the most productive yet often overlooked edible vines a gardener can grow. Many people are unfamiliar with it, but in the right climate, this plant can become an incredibly generous source of food throughout much of the year. It belongs to the squash family, making it related to pumpkins, cucumbers, and zucchini. But unlike many of its relatives, it can grow as a long-lived perennial vine. What makes chayote especially impressive is how quickly it grows. Once planted, the vine begins climbing almost immediately. In a single season, it can spread across large trellises, fences, or pergolas, forming a thick canopy of vibrant green leaves. Gardeners are often surprised by how fast it transforms a simple structure into a lush wall of greenery. Because of its vigorous growth, chayote needs strong support. Many gardeners train it onto tall trellises or overhead frames, allowing the vines to spread freely. When grown over a pergola or arbor, it creates a shaded green ceiling that provides welcome relief during hot summer days. The fruits are easy to recognize. They are pale green and pear-shaped, with smooth or slightly ridged skin. Inside, the flesh is crisp and light-colored, with a mild, delicate flavor. This subtle taste makes chayote extremely versatile in cooking. In many regions of Latin America and Asia, chayote is used in a wide range of dishes. It can be sliced fresh into salads, sautéed with spices, added to soups and stews, or roasted with other vegetables. Because its flavor is gentle, it absorbs seasonings well and pairs easily with other ingredients. One of the most interesting features of chayote is that nearly the entire plant is edible. In some cuisines, the young shoots are harvested and prepared like leafy greens. The thin tendrils can also be eaten, and even the roots are used in certain traditional dishes. This means the plant provides multiple types of harvest throughout the season. Chayote grows best in rich soil with plenty of organic matter. It prefers consistent moisture, especially during periods of active growth, and thrives in sunny locations. Warm temperatures encourage rapid development and abundant fruiting. In regions with mild winters, chayote behaves as a perennial. Although the vines may die back during cooler months, the root system remains alive underground. When spring returns, new growth emerges. As the root system strengthens year after year, the plant often becomes even more productive. A mature chayote vine can produce an impressive number of fruits. It's not uncommon for a single plant to yield dozens or even hundreds of fruits in one season. As it spreads across its supports, it becomes a continuous source of food over many months. For gardeners looking to maximize vertical space while achieving abundant harvests, chayote is an excellent choice. Once established, it rewards patience with consistent productivity year after year. 7. Hops. When people hear the word hops, they usually think of beer. But this remarkable plant offers much more than just brewing ingredients. Hops are fast-growing perennial climbers that return year after year from a durable underground root system. Technically, they are known as bines rather than vines, because they climb by twisting their stems around supports instead of using tendrils. Each spring, as the soil begins to warm, new shoots emerge from thick underground rhizomes. At first, these shoots appear as slender purple-green spikes pushing through the soil. But they don't stay small for long. Within weeks, they begin growing rapidly, sometimes several inches in a single day. By midsummer, a healthy hop plant can easily reach heights of 20 feet or more when given proper support. One of the lesser-known uses of hops is culinary. The young spring shoots are edible and considered a delicacy in parts of Europe, especially in countries like Belgium and Germany. Harvested while still tender, they are often prepared similarly to asparagus, lightly sautéed, steamed, or added to fresh dishes. Their flavor is mild, slightly nutty, and surprisingly refined. As the season progresses, the plant shifts its focus toward producing its well-known cone-shaped flowers. These soft, papery cones contain aromatic oils and resins used in brewing, giving beer its bitterness and characteristic aroma. Even for non-brewers, watching these cones develop is fascinating. They begin as small clusters and gradually grow into fragrant cones that release a pleasant herbal scent when touched. Hops grow best in sunny locations with rich, well-drained soil. They benefit from good nutrition and consistent moisture during active growth. Once established, however, they become quite resilient. Their underground rhizomes can live for decades, sending up fresh shoots every year without the need for replanting. Because of their rapid growth, hops require tall and sturdy support structures. Gardeners often install poles, trellises, or wires that can reach 10 to 20 feet in height. As the plant climbs, its stems naturally twist around these supports in a clockwise direction, eventually forming dense vertical walls of greenery that add height and drama to the garden. Beyond their culinary and brewing value, hops have a long history in herbal use. Traditionally, hop flowers have been used in calming teas and remedies, known for their relaxing effects. Dried cones are sometimes placed in pillows to promote better sleep. From a design perspective, hops are equally valuable. Their fast growth makes them ideal for creating seasonal privacy screens or green walls. In just one season, they can turn an empty fence or structure into a lush, living backdrop. For gardeners who appreciate plants with multiple uses, hops offer a unique blend of beauty, function, and history. Year after year, their underground roots continue to produce new growth, providing edible shoots, aromatic flowers, and towering greenery for decades. 8. Malabar spinach. Malabar spinach is a plant that often surprises gardeners the first time they grow it. Despite its name, it isn't actually related to traditional spinach. Instead, it's a tropical climbing plant that serves a similar purpose in the kitchen, while offering several advantages that standard spinach cannot match. One of its biggest strengths is its love of heat. While regular spinach tends to bolt and decline as temperatures rise, Malabar spinach thrives in warm, humid conditions. In fact, it grows most vigorously during the peak of summer, when many other leafy greens struggle to survive. The plant produces thick, glossy leaves with a rich green color and a slightly succulent texture. These leaves are packed with nutrients, including vitamins A and C, as well as iron and calcium. When eaten raw, they have a mild flavor similar to spinach, with a subtle freshness and a faint citrus-like note. In the kitchen, Malabar spinach is extremely versatile. It can be used in salads, sautéed with garlic, added to stir-fries, or simmered in soups and stews. When cooked, the leaves become tender and slightly thick, making them especially useful for adding body to dishes like curries or broths. Like many climbing plants, it grows upward with enthusiasm. Given a trellis, fence, or garden arch, it quickly begins winding its stems around supports, producing a continuous supply of leaves along the way. This vertical growth habit makes it perfect for small gardens where space is limited. Instead of spreading across the ground, it transforms vertical structures into productive growing areas. Regular harvesting encourages the plant to branch out and produce even more foliage, ensuring a steady supply throughout the season. Malabar spinach also has ornamental appeal. Some varieties develop reddish or purple stems, along with small pinkish flowers later in the season. These flowers eventually produce dark purple berries, which can even be used as a natural dye. In tropical and subtropical climates, Malabar spinach behaves as a perennial. It may continue growing year-round or reseed itself easily, returning season after season with little effort. Even in cooler regions, it often self-seeds, allowing new plants to appear the following year. For gardeners looking for a heat-loving leafy green that makes use of vertical space, Malabar spinach is an excellent choice. It turns simple garden structures into lush towers of edible greenery while providing a consistent supply of nutritious leaves throughout the warm season.